All right, so AI in 2025, how to use AI to build your business. This is a topic that we're both pretty passionate about, I think.
Definitely.
Definitely. I mean, I think
I
both
use
of
it
us.
every day.
Yeah, and so do I. And it's something that I think you and I can touch on this from a surface level. We don't have to go super deep on it, but most agents that I see that are trying to use AI in their business use it from a very rudimentary perspective, being that they put, they ask ChatGPT to look at 123 any street and write a description on the property.
Yeah.
Like that's about as deep as they're willing to go on it. So let's talk a little bit about how agents can actually properly leverage AI in 2025 to help to build their business.
Well, you know what? It's interesting, Kelly. I had a conversation yesterday with someone. He was asking a question on how to do something, and I said, "Ask ChatGPT."
Yeah.
And he goes, "What do you mean ask it?" I said, "Ask him how to do that, and it will give you step-by-step instructions of what to do."
Right.
He looked at me and went, he said, "I use it, but only for writing up write-ups." He goes, "It'll do that?" And I said, "It'll do that without a doubt," right?
Yeah.
So, we had Michael Thorne come and do a conversation with us, and we had about 200 agents in front of him about a year ago now, actually.
Yeah.
And it was interesting. One of the best things I learned from Michael about ChatGPT at that time was that, learning how to phrase your questions and asking it, you might have to ask that question 3 or 4 different ways to get the answer that you want. But it's taking what it tells you and editing it into your own words and making it your own, which I was doing, because it didn't sound like me at all when I was doing it for letters. Like I use it for letters, newsletters, all of that different stuff.
Right.
But what Michael said after that, put it back into ChatGPT and says, how does this letter sound?
Right.
And it'll come up and it'll tell you, well, you know what, it's a very positive tone, it's this and that and blah, blah, blah. It'll tell you all about the letter, and then it'll say, hey, here's a couple of suggestions on tweaking it.
Right.
So, Michael's philosophy was a 80-15-5 rule with AI.
Okay.
Right, which is ask it the question, get to 80% of the way there with its answer. 15% of you is taking its answer and reworking it into your words, your style, but then taking it back to ChatGPT and saying, hey, how does this sound? And it's quite interesting what you get back.
Yeah.
And we had just used it the other day we were doing a letter for something, and my managers sent it off to me and said, and I looked at it and I go, a couple areas I didn't like on it, so I changed it. I put it into ChatGPT, and man, it even enhanced it even that much better.
Right.
So the world is your oyster with it, really. Whatever you can dream up, you can ask it to do.
Yeah, the interesting thing about AI is that it's machine learning. And so what that means is that it is constantly learning. Every time you put something into it, you ask another question. It is learning how you ask questions. It's learning the type of content that you're looking for. It will scour the internet looking for you specifically. It's getting to know you. It's getting to know your habits. It is actually a little bit scary if you're looking at it from that perspective. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll ask it to do something, but do something in my voice.
Yep.
Now, I've been creating content on the internet for the last 15 years, so going all the way back to 2010. So there's a ton of me talking on the internet that this machine learning capability, this piece of AI can go and scour the interwebs for and actually give me a script or give me an article or give me an email that's written in my voice.
Right.
Now, I'll read it and I'll be like, is this really me? And maybe I'll make some tweaks and then I'll go back and re-ask it. This is the other thing about AI. If you don't know the prompt to give it, but you have the idea, you can ask the AI to give you the proper prompt.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, as simple as this. AI, give me a script on doing a YouTube video on talking about AI.
100%.
We could have a teleprompter in front of us, which you can tell we're not looking at a teleprompter, but it would tell you exactly what to say about AI. So,
that's right.
Yeah, it is totally amazing tool. The key to AI, I think, is using it properly.
Yeah.
Right. Is you need to make it sound like you. Right.
Right.
If you're doing a bunch of emails to people, and it doesn't sound like you at all, and you go meet that person live, and they have a picture of who you are and what you're all about from your emails and your tone and all that, and that's not you, they're not going to think you're authentic. Right. So you're going to run the risk of losing that client, in my opinion. Right. So AI to me is I built my first website 32 years ago when websites were not even heard of really at that time. And the guy that was helping us do it said to me, "You real estate agents are done. The internet's going to take you out of business." And I'm, new technology, we're all a little freaked out going, oh man, what if, right? Well, all it ever did, all technology's ever done is helped us do our job better, right? Or get more information to the consumer. And that's the same with AI. You need AI to be behind you, helping you be better to face your client.
Right.
You don't want to put that AI in between you and your client, so your client doesn't know you. And I think we talked about getting your client to know who you are in an earlier video.
Yeah.
Your clients want to know who you are, that you're a real person, you're authentic and stuff like that. And if you're not matching up to the profile you're putting online or in your emails or anything you're dealing with them on, it's not going to be a great relationship.
Something that I think agents could really take away from this video is utilizing AI to help you build out systems to help run your business a lot more efficiently and a lot more smoothly. So, you could go into the AI and ask them specifically, okay, I'm a real estate agent. I'm focused on working with buyers. I need a system of checklists whereby I can put this into a piece of technology like a CRM, and I need a checklist on everything that I would need to do in order to service the buyer from the time that they write the BRA, the buyer representation agreement, to the time that they get the keys to the property. Expand and expand and expand. So give me the checklist and then say expand, right? And next thing you know, you've got a 100-point checklist that can then go into a CRM, and that's your system for working with buyers.
For sure. Drip campaign.
Yeah.
Write me an anniversary letter for the next 10 years for a client, that I sold a house to, and describe a little bit, and it'll come up with you with happy anniversary letters for the next 10 years. I'll give you 10 of them. Put it into your CRM, drip campaign right there, done for you.
There are actually some CRMs that have AI capabilities. AI that's actually built in. I believe Bold Trail is like that.
It does.
So it's built right in. So you could go right into Bold Trail, and as you're setting up this drip campaign, you can have AI actually write the content for you. You don't have to recreate the wheel.
Well, that, and if you're stuck in Bold Trails or whatever CRM and you don't know how to do something, ChatGPT, how do I do this in Bold Trails? It'll give you the step-by-step instructions on how to do it. So if you're not using AI, the time savings that happens now, I had a document that we needed to produce, and it was probably realistically going to be a 6 or 8 page letter that we needed to produce. It was kind of a performa based on something. We could have spent a week doing that. I literally crafted my question into ChatGPT. It probably took me 20 minutes to get the question the way I wanted it, and spit it out. And it gave us that 8 or 10 page document that now we spent probably 3 hours editing it.
Wow.
Versus 20 hours building it.
Right.
So that's the sort of stuff that if you're not using it, how much time are you not in front of your clients?
Right.
Versus the realtor who's using it and doing all the back end stuff with AI, they're sitting in front of your client because you're too busy figuring it out the old school way.
Yeah, definitely a lot of ideas, and we threw out a couple of ideas there. So building out a checklist based system, having it write content for you for drip campaigns, anniversaries. You could set up a drip campaign for a seller, it's like from the time that you take the listing contract to the time, and it's just a communication touch points, right, all along the journey. The 45 or 60 days, however long they're on the market for. Some markets are going to be longer than others, but the AI can write the entire drip campaign for you. So,
and if you get lucky and sell it in day 4, you cancel the drip campaign and you put the next one into them, right? So,
Yeah.
It definitely is a tool that people need to be spending some time to learn. There's no doubt about it. I think if you don't, when our conference we had last year, Michael Thorne said there's going to be 2 losers and 1 winner with AI.
Right.
And he described it as the first loser is going to be the agent that doesn't use it.
Yep.
Right. They're going to be behind all the other agents that are using it. The next loser is going to be the agent that puts it in between them and their client.
Yep.
And the winner is going to be the guy that has it doing all the background tedious work, so they've got time to engage face to face with their client.
Right. Yeah. It's a fabulous tool. If you're not using AI in your business at this level, you're just surface level, you're just having it write your descriptions, you got to really seriously consider adopting AI. There's tons of videos on AI on YouTube, and there's lots of conferences that people can go to.
Ask it how to use it.
There you go. Ask it. Here's another thing. You can ask AI to give you a list of AI conferences around North America that you could go wind up attending and learning more about artificial intelligence.
A real simple place to start first and foremost as an agent right now to learn it a little bit, go on and ask AI to write a bio for you.
Right.
You know what? And what the first thing it'll do is it'll write a nice bio for you, edit it, get it in your own words, but get it up on your websites. Get your websites current.
Yeah.
How many people have a bio bio from 15 years ago
Oh,
on their
100%.
website.
Yeah.
So, there's job number one. Go out, write a bio, update all of your spots that you have a personal bio.
There you go. We'd love to hear how you're using AI in your business. Drop a comment down below. Don't forget to give this video a like. Make sure that you share it with a colleague. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell, because we're going to continue to upload videos like this on the channel, and you want to be notified the next time a video gets uploaded to the channel. That's all we got for you.
Awesome. Thanks, Kelly.
Thank you.